men in the world today. But he didn't get here easily. He went bankrupt 3 times, was ridiculed, and barely escaped financial ruin. But he never gave up. If you're on the verge of quitting because of failure, listen to this story before making your decision. This dude, Elon, right? He's not wired like the rest of us. I mean, most people, they get a big payday. They're thinking houses, cars, vacations. Not Elon. He takes his entire fortune, every penny from PayPal, and dumps it into 2 of the riskiest ventures imaginable, SpaceX and Tesla. SpaceX, you're talking about building rockets, sending humans to Mars. That's not just a business, that's science fiction. And Tesla, electric cars? Back then everyone thought electric cars were a joke, a fad. They were slow, had no range, and looked weird. But Elon saw something different. He saw the future. He was quoted saying, "My proceeds from the PayPal acquisition were $180 million. I put $100 million in SpaceX, $70 million in Tesla, and $10 million in Solar City. I had to borrow money for rent." Think about that for a second. The guy was worth millions and had to borrow money just to make rent. That's putting all your eggs in one basket, then setting that basket on fire and launching it into space. Most people would crumble under that kind of pressure. Not Elon. He thrives on it. He's got this crazy high tolerance for risk, but it's not just blind faith. He's a brilliant engineer, a visionary. He understands the technology, he sees the potential, and he's willing to bet everything on it. And you know what? It paid off. Big time. So, you're trying to break into an industry dominated by governments and giant corporations, right? You need an edge. A way to do things cheaper, better, faster. That's exactly what Elon did with SpaceX. See, NASA, they were used to throwing billions at a problem, building these insanely expensive rockets that were one-and-done deals. Launch, splash down in the ocean, done. Elon looked at that and said, "Hold my beer." He knew that reusability was the key to making space travel affordable. So, he focused on building rockets that could not only launch payloads into orbit but also land back on Earth, ready to fly again. People thought he was nuts. I mean, landing a rocket vertically? That's like trying to balance a pencil on its tip. But Elon and his team at SpaceX, they're not afraid of a challenge. They pushed the boundaries of engineering, designed innovative landing systems, and after a few spectacular explosions, they nailed it. The Falcon 9, their flagship rocket, can land back on its feet like a goddamn superhero. And that reusability, it's a game changer. It drastically reduces the cost of spaceflight, making it possible for SpaceX to offer competitive prices and undercut the competition. Controlled the production process. Alright, let's talk Tesla. The year is 2010 and Tesla's on the verge of bankruptcy. They're bleeding money, production is a nightmare, and the naysayers are having a field day. But Elon, he's got a plan. He knows that the only way to save Tesla is to revolutionize their production process. See, traditional car manufacturing is a slow, clunky affair. Lots of manual labor, lots of inefficiencies. Elon, being the engineering genius that he is, wants to automate as much as possible. He's all about robots, man. These things don't get tired, they don't need bathroom breaks, they just work. So, he invests heavily in automation, brings in state-of-the-art robots, and redesigns the entire factory floor. He's obsessed with optimizing every single step of the process, from welding to painting to assembly. He's even sleeping in the factory, working alongside his engineers to iron out the kinks. This is where Elon's relentless work ethic comes into play. The guy's a machine. He's pushing himself and everyone around him to the limit, and slowly but surely it starts to pay off. Direct-to-consumer sales model. So, you're Elon Musk and you're shaking up the auto industry with these badass electric cars, right? You've got a problem. The way cars are sold is stuck in the dark ages. Dealerships, man. These guys are like gatekeepers, middlemen who jack up the prices and give customers a hard time. Elon, he's not having it. He's like, screw this, we're going direct. And that's exactly what he did. Tesla ditched the traditional dealership model and started selling their cars directly to customers. No more greasy salesmen, no more haggling over prices, just a clean, transparent buying experience. This was a bold move, a real slap in the face to the established auto industry. Dealerships hated it. They lobbied against Tesla, tried to block them in court. But Elon, he doesn't back down from a fight. He knew that the direct-to-consumer model was the future. And you know what? He was right. Took control of the supply chain. Alright, remember that global chip shortage that crippled the auto industry a while back? I'm talking about major manufacturers like your dad's favorite car company shutting down production lines because they couldn't get their hands on these tiny little chips. It was chaos, but not for Tesla. See, Elon, he's always thinking a few steps ahead. He saw this chip shortage coming, and he knew that relying on external suppliers would leave Tesla vulnerable. So, what did he do? He took control. Tesla started designing and manufacturing their own chips in-house. They even rewrote their software to be compatible with different types of chips. It was a massive undertaking, but Elon knew it was essential for Tesla's survival. And you know what? It paid off big time. While other automakers were scrambling for chips, Tesla was ramping up production. What will you do to change your world? But achieving all this came at a heavy cost. He worked 100 to 120 hours a week, had sleepless nights. Sometimes he slept in his car, sometimes at his desk. But he never gave up, because he knew, if you want to change the world, you must be willing to pay the price. Now let's break down the key lessons from this story. Don't think small, play big. When Musk founded PayPal, he wasn't just creating a payment system. He was transforming the financial industry. If you're starting something, don't just aim to get by. Aim to reshape the entire sector. No great success comes without risk. Elon reinvested his fortune multiple times, even went into debt. If you truly believe in something, you must have the courage to step out of your comfort zone. Failures shouldn't slow you down, they should speed you up. Musk faced repeated failures with SpaceX, but instead of quitting, he used them to push himself harder. Failure shouldn't hold you back, it should fuel your momentum. Learn, adapt, improve. Elon Musk mastered everything from the automotive industry to rocket engineering. You too should expand your knowledge beyond your own field to stay ahead of the competition. Don't just talk, take action. Everyone has ideas, but only those who execute them succeed. Be like Elon Musk. Take action. Try, fail, but never stop.